For 50 straight days, a camera sat alone on the floor of the Tonga Trench, recording nothing but darkness. Then, for just 20 seconds, something swam into frame that scientists had never filmed alive in the wild before. A ghost from the age of dinosaurs. This is the Goblin shark, the last surviving member of a shark family that traces back nearly 125 million years. While countless other species evolved and vanished, this one simply stayed the same, hidden in waters too deep for humans to reach. Its most alien feature is that long, flattened snout, stretching out like a blade far beyond its mouth. It isn't decoration. Every inch of it is packed with thousands of electroreceptors, allowing this shark to sense the faint electrical pulse of a heartbeat in complete blackness. And then there's the jaw. Unlike any other shark on Earth, the Goblin shark's jaw isn't fixed to its skull. It's held back by elastic ligaments, like a loaded slingshot. And when prey comes close enough, it fires forward in just 300 milliseconds, faster than the human eye can properly track. That eerie pink color isn't pigment at all. It's simply blood vessels showing through translucent skin. And in the deep sea, where red light disappears within the first few meters, that same pink actually renders this shark nearly invisible to everything around it. Unlike sleek, muscular sharks built for speed, this one has a soft, flabby body with small, weak fins. That's not a weakness. In a world where food is scarce, chasing prey wastes precious energy. This shark evolved to do the opposite. Hover motionless and let its weapon do all the work. This entire hunting strategy takes place far beyond human reach, typically between 270 and 1,300 meters down. At these depths, sunlight has vanished completely. Temperatures hover near freezing, and pressure would crush an unprotected human body in seconds. Down here, it feeds on whatever the darkness offers. Deep-sea fish like rat tails and dragonfish, soft-bodied squid, and the occasional crab or shrimp scuttling across the seafloor. Its needle-like teeth are perfectly shaped to grip slippery prey that would otherwise slide right out of its mouth. Science first identified this species back in 1898 off the coast of Japan. But identifying it and actually observing it alive turned out to be two very different challenges. For the next 126 years, almost every encounter came the same tragic way. In 2007, fishermen off Japan's coast accidentally hauled one into a marine park tank, where crowds watched it swim for the very first time. It died just hours later. Similar tragic stories repeated in Australia and Portugal. Deep-sea trawlers pulling up a creature that was never meant to survive the surface. By 2024, researchers with the Inkfish Open Ocean Expedition decided to try something different. Instead of pulling anything to the surface, they would leave cameras running on the seafloor itself for as long as it took and simply wait for the ocean to reveal itself. The lander sat on the slope of the Tonga Trench, nearly 2,000 meters down, recording continuously. Day after day, the footage showed only darkness, drifting particles, and the occasional passing fish. 50 days went by without a single sign of what they were hoping for. Then, without warning, it appeared, gliding calmly out of the darkness, with its jaw resting naturally beneath its snout, moving nothing like the injured, dying animals filmed at the surface before. For 20 uninterrupted seconds, scientists watched a goblin shark behave exactly as it does when no human is ever around. Remarkably, this wasn't even the only proof. A researcher later discovered that a second sighting had been sitting unnoticed in a public video archive since 2019, recorded by an underwater robot near a remote seamount in the Pacific, waiting 5 years to be recognized for what it truly was. Together, these two sightings did more than confirm the species was still alive. They pushed its known depth range nearly 700 meters deeper than anything previously recorded, and expanded its known territory across an entirely new stretch of the Pacific Ocean. Even now, entire chapters of this creature's life remain completely unknown. No scientist has ever examined a pregnant female. No one has ever documented a newborn in the wild. After 126 years of study, we still don't fully understand how this ancient shark begins its life. This breakthrough proves something important, that even in an age of satellites and constant surveillance, the deep ocean still holds creatures we barely understand. If a shark family that survived 125 million years can stay hidden this long, what else is still waiting down there? 126 years after it was first identified, science finally watched this ancient predator simply be itself. If this amazed you, subscribe, because tomorrow we go looking for another creature still hiding in the depths, waiting for its moment to be seen.